What is up, guys? Proto Bro here, infamous brother to Mega Bro, and I'm going to do a Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2. CK2 mod attached to this. This is not really an overhaul mod, but it certainly makes an enormous amount of changes to the game that, in my opinion, make the game totally worth playing over and over and over again. I have logged so many hours in this game, but the game never gets old, partly because Paradox, one of the best game developers out there in my opinion, constantly comes out with new content, updates, so forth. One of the releases they're about to come out with is Monks and was it Mystics or something like that? It has not been released yet, but then it got me thinking, you know what would be a really fun Let's Play, which is what we're going to do here? What if we played the whole game as a heretic? So, establish a heretical religion somewhere, push it, and everything we do is centered around that heretical religion, whether it's the way we run our kingdom, or the holy wars that we fight, or even the crusades. So that's what we're going to do here. We have the CK2 mod 4.53 version. We're playing with the 263 patch for CK2. And I'll show you the different mods that we'll be playing with. We're going to play in the Viking Age, and I'll explain that in a moment. Here are all the mods that we have running, or mods, the DLC. So we got Old Gods, we got Sons of Abraham, Rajas of India, Charlemagne, Ways of Life, Horse Lords, Conclave, and finally the Reaper's Due. So that's the most recent DLC that came out. We're playing with that one. I would have liked to do this for the Monks and Mystics, but this idea got me so excited that I just couldn't wait. So I did try playing up here just briefly for about an hour, trying this theory of this whole Messianic religion that we're going to be playing, or Messalian religion that we're going to be playing. But it ended up not making much sense to be pushing a heretical Christian faith in an area that wasn't Christian. So we're actually going to do it down here. If you guys are interested, I will do another Let's Play as a tribal power. You know, maybe as a heretic as well, just so you can see that Let's Play. But this time through, we're going to play as a feudal lord. We're going to play in Wales. Theory being is that, yeah, we can do it here, and we can be the English and stuff, but it just seems more fun to be like the Welsh and then go and kick the English's butt. So we're going to start here for the sake of kind of getting this whole Let's Play going. We're going to actually create a lord so that I can start off as the young, fine heretic that we are. Do they have red hair? Sure, let's say they do. You know, we had red hair. We're just going to roll with the red hair. Got to have, you know, a quasi sweet beard, right? There, he looks. Look at that. He looks zealous. He's like, I am going to push forward the Messalian heretical faith. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's right. Get rid of that. There was one I saw that was like, yeah, sure, let's just do that one. Could do that one. There was a cross that I want to do, but that kind of seems like, yeah, let's just do that. So I was thinking that one. Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, come on, we're like a Christian faith, and our whole purpose is to push the Christian religion, the one true religion, at least one we believe is one true religion. That, or do I want white? Let's do that. Just like black is the opposite of white, white's the opposite of black. It's kind of, I know I'm getting deep on you guys, I'm sorry. It's too early in the game to get so deep. But here is the Catholic faith. And here is the one true Messalian faith. Pushed by the cross. I know it's deep, right? Alright. Proto Bro. Because who else would put forth this insane belief that there should be a heretical faith other than us? Right? Right? Alright, so he's going to be a brilliant tactician because obviously Proto Bro is brilliant. So it completely makes sense. We're going to be quick. I want to make myself a genius, but I don't want to completely go overboard here. We're a legitimized bastard. We're lustful because we need to get a line of children going here. So proud. I kind of want to do wrath, but wrath does have the negative modifiers associated with the piety. So we do want we're pious, right? Because we're all about the religion. We're zealous because we're obviously, again, all about the religion. Got a scar because, you know, we're a warrior. That's what happens. We're a theologian. And then we want to do tall. I'm doing tall more just for the inherit or the you know, children modifier. All right. So, are there any other negatives I could throw in here? Could make him cruel, but that's again a negative on the piety. Stubborn. Cannibal. That's kind of disturbing. Alright, whatever. Alright, so let's get ourselves down to a manageable age. Let's make ourselves 20. Alright. Alright, there you go. I stacked it up a little bit, but hey, you know what? It's a game, right? You gotta have a little bit of fun doing the game. Okay, so we are not going to do Ironman Mode, not because I don't love playing Ironman Mode, I usually do, but for whatever reason, some of the most recent releases of CK2, the patches, have created some conflicts between the Ironman Mode and the CK2 mod. So you don't encounter too many of them, but because I'm recording this, I don't want to lose a lot of my gameplay as a result of crashes and whatnot. So what we'll do is I'm going to have a built-in, one of my game rules will be, you know, we'll play like we're playing Ironman Mode, which means we will not, you know, if we don't like a result, go back and change it, right? I will attempt not to do that at all. So if something happens I don't like, it's just kind of the way it is, right? Alright, so bubonic plague. So that's like 1067. That seems pretty reasonable, so we'll do that. The Mongols could come in 50 years, so let's do that. Okay, and then Shatter Retreat. I like that option because, again, it's not a one and done, right? Like, you can't just hit your enemy, destroy them, and they're done. You know, you just follow them because they're totally demoralized and you just wipe them out. Instead, they can kind of retreat, regroup, that sort of thing. I think it makes the game a little more dynamic and hard. Used to be in the olden days of CK2, you could just like hit somebody, you win the battle, and that was it, you know, because they're completely demoralized. Alright, so before we get started here, let me just give you a rundown of who and what we are. Oh, crap! I totally forgot. Alright, so I noticed that after I created my character, I forgot to do the one thing that kind of was the sole purpose for having a character and doing this game, was giving myself the Messalian faith. So I had to go back in and redo that really quick. My bad. Typical idiocy on my part. Alright, so the Messalian faith, they're part of the Nestorian Heresy. So the Nestorian Heresy is their parent religion. If you notice here, we got all these faiths. The Nestorians are right here. I'll put a description of the Nestorian faith, the Messalian faith, all that stuff in the description of the video, so you guys can go read the actual historical resemblance of the Nestorians and all that sort of thing. But they're right down here, so as you can see, these are the holy sites. So at some point in our game, we're going to have to engage in some crusades to repossess and our holy sites and relics. But we are, again, we're a heresy of the Christian faith. So as you can see here, we've got the Chalcedonia all here. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to create the, I'll go through all this stuff with you guys, but we're going to create the schism, the Christian schism. Alright, split. So basically we're going to create the Catholics on this side and the Orthodox on this side. The Great Schism! The inevitable has finally occurred. A delivery of a bull of excommunication to ecumenical Patriarch Photius of Constantinople by Pope Nicholas of the Papal State has been responded to in kind. The mutual excommunication follows on the heels of what is reported to be a series of terse letters over Christian doctrine, each building on the growing divisions between Latin and Greek Christianity. While few are treating the event as noteworthy at the moment, the reality of the situation is that Rome and Constantinople have grown apart to the point where any hope of reconciliation has been completely lost. They have, in truth, become two separate faiths, operating under their separate religious heads, despite the popes and the ecumenicals, hopefully I'm saying that right, patriarchs' assurances to the contrary. Alright, so what you can see is the Catholics in here, and Orthodox there, and so forth. So that was step one. Step two is to kind of give you a rundown of who and what we are. So the Messalians, or Euchites, those who pray, are a heretical Christian sect that originated in Mesopotamia, influenced by the dualistic faiths like Zoroastrianism. Messalians believe that God can be perceived by the carnal senses and that the perception is necessary to reach perfection. Each person is born with an inner demon, and only intense prayer can drive it out. They also believe that Lucifer is the elder son of God and a force for good, and that incest is sacred since it was practiced by the children of Adam and Eve. They have no formal rights and no strict church hierarchy. And here's the bonuses that we get. Messalians must pray to expel their personal demons. Once the demons are driven out, they can achieve the status of perfection. So you'll see each one of our rulers are going to try and attempt to do that. Messalians may choose a patron saint to worship, which we will do in a moment. They can create their own holy order, the army of Lucifer, which just sounds freaking awesome. The patriarchs of Antioch will automatically become the new religious head. Messalians also recognize the patron sees, or Petrini, I don't know how to pronounce that, sees multiple patriarchs. The 5 or 3 for religions that only recognize the patron sees, pentarchs and autocephalous patriarchs under kings. Priests can marry. Women may own temple holdings. No opinion penalty against female rulers. Fleets can navigate major rivers, which is an interesting characteristic for Christian feudal lords. Rulers can marry close kin to improve vassal opinions. In other words, you get a bonus for inbreeding. So, as you will see, to maintain the purity of our faith, just as Adam and Eve and their children did, we're going to try and keep it all in the family, if you know what I mean. A religious head, the Ukite patriarch, can be created by a special decision. Women may hold all counselor positions, and women may lead armies. So as you can see, a very non-chauvinistic religion. Men and women very much are equal. And I think that kind of goes back to that whole religious belief that, hey, Adam and Eve, they were equal in the sense of what they did. And so we don't see a woman as any better than a guy and vice versa. And so you can have women rulers, women commanders, all that cool stuff. So that makes, I think that's an interesting twist to the game just in of itself. But then you have the situation where you inbreed for purposes of your religious faith. So that's, I know, very disturbing. My wife, when she heard me telling her my idea of playing this, she was very disturbed and was highly concerned that a game even promotes this. But I'm like, hey, it's realistic. This is, this is how they work. Alright, so focus. We are going to do family because we need family. We have no children. We have no family. Our ambition will be to get married. I did scope this out briefly to see the lay of the land, and apparently he has a daughter. So we are going to... Oh, he doesn't have a daughter. I thought he had a daughter. Maybe he is a daughter. Oh, married. Alright, well that's unfortunate. So there's an ally right there, potentially. She's married already. He's our enemy, so obviously we don't want to ally with him. 14. That would actually be kind of appropriate, the Welsh and the Irish, allying. Alright, so I think what we're going to do here is... Let me pull this up here. Alright, we're going to go and see if we can marry... Betroth, rather. I hate to wait 2 years, but hey, it is what it is. Do that. We'll get a non-aggression pact with Ireland. So at least that means less troops will be coming over raiding us and so forth. Here's our cabinet. Oh my god, 2? Really? Yeah, we're going to fire him. He's at least a naive appeaser. He's got 14 though. 13. He's charismatic. But he's not. Yeah, alright. So we're gonna take him because he's a mayor. Put him there. How's this guy? 10. He has no combat modifiers. That's great. Let me blitz through here real quick, see if there's anybody I can invite. to our Wondrous Court that we could use as a commander. Alright, I'll look for them later. By the way, I downloaded a couple DLCs for music. I like it. Some good music, man. So for now, we'll just have him rocking that. Build spy network. He's gonna get fired. Too bad for him. Because we need to go get somebody who's of our faith. Invite priest. Scholarly. It's not too bad. Yeah, and she's ambitious, so. Alright, proselytize. So we want to turn everyone here, so we want to change their religion. Alright, so as you can see here, we have no head. So we don't really have anybody to compete with as far as the church is concerned. We do have a claim we could press here. We will press that as soon as we're able. The reason being is, as you can see here, Kingdom of Wales, we currently have 50%. We need to control 51%. So we take that to Zurich County, we'll have more than 51%, and will, once we have 500 gold, be able to create the Kingdom of Wales. So that's the goal here. Currently our political situation is a little irritating because we got agnostic, cognatic, tanistry, which means the ruler and all vessels at 1 and 2 ranks below can nominate an heir, the tanist, from among the members of the ruler's dynasty. So it's not the worst case scenario. In other words, you know, anyone from your dynasty can be selected for to be the new ruler, but it does take out of control a little bit of who you want it to be. And you know, at least it's not somebody outside of our dynasty, right? So this is that. Here's the army. Currently we raised 4,900 troops, which it seems like an awful lot. Interesting. How much can he raise? He's got 2.5. He can raise 2.5. So we actually can raise a lot more than that. I don't know if I'd necessarily believe that though. It seems awful like an awful lot. Put him to training troops. I'll do sow dissent once he appoints any vassals. And then up here, so I wanted to show you is so the founding the army of Lucifer. So this is the Holy Order. So you know how like you can go here to Holy Orders? That would be our Holy Order, is the army of Lucifer. So we'll be able to utilize those guys here once we are able to afford them, which is 300 gold. And then any holy wars we engage in, or holy wars declared against us, we can grab these guys and utilize them, which is pretty powerful. Here's your Expel Demons option. So the Messalians believe that the sins are literal demons that exist within the body, and that the only way to rid oneself of sin is to endure ritual fasting and rigorous prayer until the demons are forced out. This is the only way that one can achieve perfection and unite with God, after which point all of one's obligations to morality and piety are considered irrelevant. So that's pretty cool. Interesting change. Choosing a patron saint, we need to go ahead and do this. So here are options. So there's Saint Nestorius the Evangelist. Get -2 intrigue but +2 to Steward. Saint Adai, Disciple and Healer. So +2 to Learning, -2 to Stewardship. Lucifer, the greatest of the Archangels. +2 to Martial, -2 to Diplomacy. Because our guy is such a badass, we don't really need that. But for future leaders or kings or whatever, we may go with that. And then Saint Adelphius, the founder of the faith, -2 Martial, +2 Intrigue. I think we're going to go with the Stewardship, because we are a little weak on that. Joining the Cult of Lucifer. So we gain +100 Piety and Prestige, gain the trait Cult of Lucifer. Oh, we need the trait Proud. Hey, cool. So we gave our guys that was kind of that was an accident, but I forgot about that. I actually didn't, one of the last playthrough I was doing that was about an hour long. I never joined this, and part of the reason was I didn't have the Proud trait, so that actually works out, and I forgot about that, but cool. So I have to have the Proud trait, which I'm not sure why. And there you go. So we might actually be able to do that. Okay, so there we go. There's a layout. Lay of the land. Gonna try and convert here. Slowly what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and pick off these different bishops and knock them out in place of some Messalian bishops who really does not like us. Oh, these guys, well, a mayor here, yeah, but he's a douche. Fired, recently fired. Wants seat on the council, which he'll never get. Where's he at? Alright, maybe we can plot power is not very effective, so let's get ourselves situated first before we start knocking people off, I think. Court physician. So he's got 20. Seems to me like this is the guy to go with, though, even though he's gluttonous. He's ambidextrous, though. I don't know if it matters, like, as far as your religious temperance. He's an erudite. Learning, church. Let's make him. Why not? Shoot. Alright, here's our commanders. I feel like we need better commanders, but we'll work on that in a little bit. Special actions, that's right. So, like this one here are... No! I want this crown focus here. Alright. And yeah, I know we're too big, it's fine. I know that. I know I'm unmarried, whatever. Okay. Alright. The Great Schism. So we triggered this sucker. The inevitable has finally occurred. A delivery of a bowl of excommunication to ecumenical Patriarch Photius of Constantinople has been responded in kind. The mutual excommunication follows in the heels of what is reported to be a series of terse letters over the Christian doctrine, each building on the growing divisions between Latin and Greek Christianity. While few are treating the event as noteworthy at the moment, the reality of the situation is that Rome and Constantinople have grown apart to the point where any hope of reconciliation has been completely lost. They have, in truth, become two separate faiths, operating under their separate religious heads, despite the popes and the ecumenicals patriarchs' assurance to the contrary. Alright. Most unfortunate. Where are my vassals at here? So he's 11. He wants to convert a province. Mass wealth. One of the things I look for is normally when you give titles, they only go up by 5 or 10. But if they desire to receive a title, then they go up by like 5 or 10 plus another 10 or 15 because they're able to achieve their goal. So that's what I usually look for in that area. He's so happy. Look at that smile. Alright, well actually, you know what? The negativity towards me is not too bad. Yep. Alright. How's our wealth? Hasn't moved yet. Alright, cool. 551, nice. Alright. So it's got 2 years until... Plus then I got a kid, so let's I'm gonna award deck him. How long do I have to wait until I can switch back again? Let's just go that. Convert. We're religious, right? You know, yeah. I should have waited to do that. Why do I want to do that? Revolt risk is only 1%. 25 prestige. Supply limit. Supply limit's 11.9 though. Their prosperity would increase. Yeah, but probably not enough to warrant the $6. So we're not gonna do that. I still can't believe I can raise that many troops. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so 3,700. That seems more reasonable. Which I still think it's more troops than he can raise. Yeah, see. Army levies. That might mean how many troops he has there. Stupid raiders. So it's a good, I mean, it's got a non-aggression pact, but my hope is I can push him into being an alliance with me. That'll be a nice little cover on my back door there, in case I want to push east. I would have rather had an alliance with this guy here, since he's right there, but man, he is getting just completely blitzed. Who's he fighting against? Oh. Jarl Ivar the Boneless. Love that name, it's so great, the Boneless. There is a history behind that. I want to say like he was... I mean, guy was just a freaking badass, but my understanding is he had something like he either had really sensitive bones that broke easily or suffered some sort of debilitating... what? I have risen so fast that other people regard me with envy? Yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, probably because of the ambitious trait. Dude, I invited her here. I'll teach her. Yeah, sure. She's like the only other Messalian right now in our little fiefdom. Let's see. Do I want to gain the trait charitable? Piety? Yeah, but I lose 2 stewardship, which to me right now is more important. Learning. I want learning. Let's go with that. Right? Okay, we're pious. We're a pious individual. Alright, so hopefully I can live long enough to have kids, and then live long enough so that my kids aren't under a regent. My kingdom isn't under a regent. How are we doing here? Alright, so we're still building up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up enough income to pay for some mercenaries, and then I'm going to war deck him. Go after him with my troops plus my mercenaries. Hey, look at that. Get alliance out of this too? Really? No kidding. Ah! Sweet! Beautiful. I didn't think it'd be that easy. Hell yeah. He's like, dude, he's part of the Messalian faith. He knows what's up. Like, I know. It's just what I do. It's how we be. Alright, let's look here. Where we at with, oof. Only 5? Eh. He's at 0, he still won't give us what we need. He wants to convert a province. He wants money, like hell. I mean, give him any money. I think he was fired, wasn't he? Yeah, I'm just not impressed. Not impressed with those numbers there. Alright, sorry I had to sneeze there. Let's see here. What about this guy? What does he want? He's a glutton. Typical. Here, I want to start kicking the, Alright, so he's good. He's only 9. That's pretty sad as far as the probabilities there. Alright. Only 15 to get her involved. He's favorable. That's good. I wonder if let's give him. He's expensive. Why should I have to bribe her? That is so frustrating. Alright. So my goal here is if I can kick him out, I don't want to lose that trait. I will definitely lose Lustful though. Plus 20% fertility. Sorry, it's more important. Alright. 187 power, that's pretty sweet. Can I activate my... Nope. So, but I can activate my spy network. Misguided. Brawny though, that's pretty good. It's probably pretty good in combat. He's slothful though, man, come on. No, it's not what I want. Alright, hold on guys, I am going to see if I can find some characters here to look up. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so just all I did was I went to find character, did search all, which means you'll get some of these global guys, which just means they're out of your diplomatic range. But then if you just scroll through, eventually you'll find people like, where is he at? This guy here who had a green thumbs up, so I invited him. Him and one or two other people. Nobody who was like this, who had skilled tactician or anything in those modifiers, but he does have like brave, cruel, which are all positive modifiers in combat. And an okay thing. So it'll get us started, right? But it's not going to by any means set us over the top. And then I'll just have to figure out here who I want to keep him in there. So he's good. He's ambidextrous, but he's also glutton. So I probably want to replace him. By the way, so you know the attack modifier is okay. It's basically there to help increase the likelihood of triggering a certain combat action. But really what you want to look at here is these things, because what will happen is if you have someone who's paranoid, they'll be better on defense. But if you have someone who's a sloth, they'll be terrible in combat. Same with like Craven, those sort of things. So a lot of those guys we're probably going to end up replacing here. Alright, so I got him. So here you go, he's a hunter. So you can see pursuit, plus 20%. Combat skill, plus 1. He's cruel, which gives you a 10% morale damage modifier. Also increases martial by 2. Wrath, which means he's going to be more aggressive in combat. Morale damage 10%. So even though he doesn't have like strategist or brilliant strategist or those sort of things, at least has some of those traits. So this guy, same thing, right? He's got brave, cruel. And then that guy, which he's got kind of the same thing. So let's see here. Put him in there. Now, one thing you can do if you have bishops like you want to get rid of, you could put them as commanders and just put them in the battle and hope they get killed. Right now, though, we can't really afford to lose a battle. So, alright, so I don't want him because he got Craven. And quite frankly, he's a guy that I would almost send away because he's Catholic and I just have no use for him. Let's see here. So, Shy. He's got better pursuit, though. Both these guys are brave. Let's put him in there. Alright, so, and then what's this guy got? He's got some good stuff. So he's a novice fighter, whatever. But he's got zealous and brave, so he'll be pretty effective. And he's got brave, cruel. Alright. Okay. So again, I'm just waiting for my levies to get full. Wait to get about 200 gold so I can hire a mercenary group and then also have enough money to last me throughout the war. And I'm going to call Ireland in to support me. The goal is to take this out. That'll give me enough de jure counties to make myself the king of Wales. Hey, there we go. Alright. Hooray! More prestige. Wonder. Okay, so she's got some modifiers. She's a naive appeaser, novice fighter. So a lot of learning. And by the way, these contribute to your overall stats for your ruling empire. That's what I'm looking at. So whatever, she's me. I married her not for her stats, but for the alliance. So. I'm wondering, you know, do I even need to hire a mercenary group? If I can save 100 gold. I mean, he'll join my war. Oh, that's not good. So, minus 20% local tax modifier. Oof. That's painful. Yeah, let's take the prestige. I need him for this upcoming war. It's got a lot of pacts but no alliances, so it's good. Whereas us, alliance. Cynical versus zealous, religious differences. If I can. Yeah, look at 15 gold and it increases. Wow, nice. Alright. So now he really likes us. Look at that, 39. His favorability of us will go down every time we call him into war. So we need to be kind of picky how we do that. But I've got, you know, someone who can raise a fair amount of troops because he's tribal. In case we get attacked, so it's better than nothing, especially considering we're a heretic religion surrounded by a entire island full of Catholics. Oh, I didn't know where'd he come from? Scion? And he's a Messalian? Wow. Oh, he must have taken over for somebody. Interesting. Okay. Put him as a commander for sure. He wants a seat. You know what? I'm just gonna give this to him. Screw it. Look at that. Up to 11 now, which means he's paying us money. This is how his modifiers changed. The 30 went away. So now he'll start giving us money. Here he's bishops with cupbearer. So I think the guy we were plotting against ended up dying or something? I don't know. I should have been paying attention more. Yeah, nice. I feel like we need to give him a seat somewhere. He's not craving one yet, though. Make him our... Make him this guy. This guy sucks. And he's a Catholic. Only 80% plot power? Really? Eh. So I'm not going to take out bishops who like me, just because I don't really have the time to do it right now. But if there is one that doesn't like us that we are in a position to take out, I will do it. Like this guy here. Plot power. Could bribe him. No. Alright, we'll just roll with what we got, see what happens. What's this guy want? Yeah, she's Catholic. Take her out of my realm. Good riddance. Wait till it's 150. Just I don't know how long it's going to take for him to get down here and help us out. So 428, 36. Duke of Kurno. Oh, down there. Yeah. Unfortunately, in these times, packs are broken left and right. Alright, man, I'll remember that. Go down and destroy your ass when I get the chance. Convert to the Messalian faith. Convert! So we have a 8.9% chance of converting someone yearly. Only a 3.5% chance of converting the county. It's too bad. What does she think of us? Let's give her an honorary title. Yeah, okay. 10% chance of getting wounded. We are not wounded. Alright, good. You're not getting away, buddy. Alright, rough terrain, heavy, let's go rough terrain. Just because that's pretty universal, right? Doesn't matter what you have, what composition troops you have. Wonder if my... So, skilled fighter still, okay. Alright, so... I think we should go and attack here. Yeah, he's got 338. 427. What's his money situation like? He's got a good amount of money, so he'll be safe. Probably hire mercenaries. Going after this here. Again, take that. We'll be able to create the Kingdom of Wales once we have the money. Which we shouldn't have a problem doing here in the next couple of years. We'll call him into war and go from there. So, alright. In the next Let's Play, well, I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it now. Screw it.